Okay, guys. So I'm Aydin's mom. I'm Justina. I'm Devon's Rhett first mother. I don't want to say baby mother because I'm not a baby mom. I hate that word. But my son is 8 years old, and I'm about to get into this video of quote unquote. The title says "Find Aydin," which is our son together. I'm not gonna go through the whole video, um, because it's early as hell, and I'm tired, and it's been a long day. As you guys can see. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to younger people on this YouTube who does watch them and think they're the ideal couple because I have been commenting, but I only been commenting the truth about Devon. If you go back to the comments, I have said he will be a great guy if he took care of his own kids. What he does on his time with Latoya kids, it's on him. That's great. That's good. I don't care. I personally give two shits. Um, Latoya, you getting into this with what me and Devon have going on makes it look bad on you, sweetheart. And I don't know you. I don't care to know you. You could be a good person, a bad person, but we don't have to cross paths. However, I don't appreciate being recorded, and I could actually sue you for recording our conversation without knowing. Two, you popping up to Columbia, out of nowhere, and then thinking that you was gonna put my son on camera when you know he's not like Kyson, and thinking that was gonna be okay. That's a no go, especially for my child that you don't have custody on. Um, guys, I'm not with the drama. I'm not with the bull crap. Like, I'm not with it. I'm trying to better myself as a woman, as a mom, and just overall as a person. For you guys saying I'm bitter or whatever, that's your opinion. That's just like people who got buttholes. Everybody has them. You can say your opinion, and I can say mine. However, um, do me a favor. Know the whole story. You don't know the whole story. You don't walk with us and be behind the scenes. Please don't sit here and say I'm bitter when at the end of the day I'm looking out for my son. Devon wants to just pop up to act like he's father of the year because he's doing his YouTube stuff. Guys, please don't let him fool you. He has a better relationship with Kyson's mom only because they was actually in a real life relationship and he used to be on her. I'm not the type of woman that's gonna let any man put his hand on me, and that's what I'm teaching my son. You can't control me with money, and that's what Devon tried to do, and it didn't work. But let's get into this video. I'm gonna chop it up and stop it, play it, whatever, when I see fit or when I need to comment. At least you had to meet my sister and my nieces. I'm gonna go back a little bit, guys. Good sense. She still hasn't came clean or even helped. She's debunking Ken. She's like, I'm too shy. All right, I'm gonna go. Okay. I'll be back. Okay, guys. So guys, in the drive-through. If y'all watched the video, y'all know they was at his grandmother's house, which his sister and his mom they have control over. I don't deal with them either, only because the very last situation that we had going on, my son was over there. It was drugs involved. His sister that was on here, some of her videos got leaked, and she took it out on me, and my son was involved, and it was just a big mess. And I don't know if Devon knows about that or not, but you know, pretty sure he doesn't. But all he knows is I don't have my son around the sisters or the mom, and now they're saying they miss Aydin, but they're toxic, they disrespectful, and then they expect me to just be this quiet person to just take anything, and that's not me. That has never been my personality to take BS. And honestly, guys, I've took it since Aydin was born because I wanted Aydin to know his side of the family. If you can ask his other aunts, Devon's other aunts, I've put up with a lot of stuff when it came to his sisters and his mom and the disrespect. And I didn't say anything until the last situation that happened last year with his sister's videos got leaked or whatever. And I actually packed my son up and I dismissed ourselves from the drama, so it wouldn't be no issue. But of course, they don't tell Devon all that stuff, and it did kind of get physical. But they don't tell Devon that stuff, so all they see is, oh well, Aydin's not in the picture. Justina has left. She's keeping him from us, but let's be real about it. Like, we want to call it a spade a spade. It's toxic and it's drugs, and I didn't want my son around it anymore. So that's the house y'all see, and that's the sister y'all see. So now let's get back into this video.
We had to take her out the car seat because she was getting so cranky. We've been in the car all day. Yeah. We just left Vaughn's mom's house.
My grandmother's house.
Your grandmother's house?
Yeah.
Okay, so your mom lives there.
Yeah, my mom and my sisters live there.
Yeah, your grandmother, passed away a few years ago. Yeah. And I kind of felt uncomfortable at the house, I'm not going to lie. I didn't go in. So just tell them, what happened inside.
Just a mild version. I mean, I walked in. It's not the same as, when my grandmother was living. But,
So, did you speak to your mom?
No, I didn't. Me and my mom don't have a good relationship. Last year, I found out that my father, she's been saying was my father my whole life, wasn't, because we got a DNA test. And, we haven't been good since. She still hasn't came clean or even helped me try to...
And guys, even with that, I'm about to pull up on my other iPhone about the situation with his dad and all that stuff. I was actually talking to Devon before he started talking to Latoya. He called me for every day for 2 weeks straight. I would tell him to talk about Aydin, and I have pictures to where he wanted to talk about his situation with me. Now, if we're toxic and we don't have no relationship, why are you calling me? If I'm so bitter, why are you calling me to ask for advice? To ask, can I ride with you to go find your dad? And I'm gonna show y'all the messages that he sent to me with some random people thinking that it was his uncle, it was his dad, and all that stuff. Like, if we're bitter and we don't have no relationship, why do you want me to talk to you every day about this situation and not talk about your son? Let's put a pin on that.
Find my real father. So it's been a little weird, but I think time and situations and stuff will help people change, and hopefully she'll try to tell me so we can try to rekindle some of our relationship left. Used to that though. That's how we are.
So you've been like that even before the whole DNA test?
I mean, it was already rocky.
I am saying hi to people outside.
It was already rocky. So it's not like, it's not a shocker. You know what I'm saying? We've already not been that good. So that was just the icing on the cake, to be honest. That's just that.
Yeah, so Aya and we just chilled in the front yard. Aya had a lot of fun. She was playing on a little motorcycle. Say hi to everybody. Hi. 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 Hi.
At least you had to meet my sister and my nieces.
But I hope you guys can, rekindle your relationship. Hopefully.
What wrong, mama? So boom, we back on the trail to try to find Aydin. I think was it a...
Oh, guys, FYI, Aydin is not lost. Aydin is in Colombia where Devon used to live at. Aydin has been in the same place for all of his life. Like, Devon is making it, oh, let's find Aydin like he's lost, like he's kidnapped or something. Like, dude is in Colombia. Like, come on. He's not lost. If Devon would open up communication and stop letting people in his head when Devon is by himself, he's actually a really good person to talk to, or not even talk to, because I don't tell him my business, but he tells me his, and it be whatever. He could be a mellow type guy, but he has people influencing him, and he wants to be a clout chaser so bad to where he has to put on for people. He's always been like that. Even in high school, he has to put on and add on extra, like it's cool, because it's really not. But Aydin, he's not lost. He's in Colombia.
Maybe a few weeks ago, my son's mother commented on one of our videos.
And I did.
I was a deadbeat dad.
And I didn't say deadbeat, but okay.
The honest truth is,
Guys, if you try hard, right, and my son calls every day, even if you are at work, you will send a text, "Hey, I'm at work." Aydin has to get up for school for 5:45. Aydin even tried to call him at that time, but he wouldn't answer. Say, "I'm getting ready for work." So, do you think a child's going to keep trying? They feel that energy. If y'all want to keep saying, "Oh, what's best interest for this kid," my son feels the energy. Like, he's not going to keep trying. He even said out his mouth, "Why should I keep calling if he doesn't answer the phone?" Come on. And I'm not gonna force my son. I used to force my son, guys. As a mom, raising a boy, you will want your son to have the father involved. So as a mom, I used to force him to call him, even when he would cry, say, "I don't want to talk to him." I would force him because I felt like if I made him call him, maybe his dad would see, okay, maybe he's calling me, and they could build a relationship. But I'm not gonna keep forcing my son to do something he don't want to do because he said, "Why should I call him if he don't answer the phone?" He don't like that. Back to the video, guys. Sorry, guys. If you keep seeing me looking down because I'm commenting on people, I'm trying to upload the messages between me and Devon because we actually have a lot to where I even send pictures of Aydin to Devon. Um, so guys, just bear with me. I'm trying to do two things at once, and I'm new to uploading and stuff. So yeah, just bear with me if y'all see me. I'm actually going through all of them as y'all can see. These are Devon's picture up there. We do text. We did text a lot. Um. So yeah, I'm trying to wait for it to upload. We actually do text a lot, guys. So don't let him think that we don't sit here and have conversations because we actually used to.
Try to, try to build a little relationship, but I'm not gonna force something and just have toxicity and fight her to have a relationship with my son. So we went by her house, her apartment. She wasn't.
First off, don't ever pop up at my house because if you really wanted to get in contact with me, like you reached out to my sister, you could have said, "Hey, that's the first place you would have stopped by." You think I'm gonna let you have my son on camera without permission? Don't pop by my house because let's be real. Anytime I asked you for your address, even when Ada was with you for a week in Atlanta, you didn't give me your address. You made me come to a gas station to where you threw his clothes out on the ground when I was driving the Honda. You threw his clothes out on the ground and drove off. And the gas station manager had to come out and help me put Aiden's stuff in the car, and you still have his social security card because you're trying to claim him on taxes when you don't even have him at all. So we want to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Sorry, guys.
There, so I know another place where she may be
Don't
with
pop
him.
up
That's
at
your
my
mom's
house.
place.
We
We'll
don't
meet
have
you
that
up there for
relationship like
food
that.
real quick. Then we'll go by there and see if we can run into Aiden and see him for a second. I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't know how it's gonna be. If it's anything, I hope not. But y'all will see firsthand. So yes.
But he talks to Aiden. You guys.
Yeah, we talk.
He talks to Aiden because I force him to call him. If we wake up my son right now at 4:52 in the morning, I force him to call him and talk to him. Aiden don't want to talk to him because he said it's too much. He don't want to deal with the back and forth. My son says that. So Latoya, keep your comment to yourself, please. Stay out of that.
We do. He calls me, but the thing is, he'll call me or she'll let him call me, but the number will be blocked, so I can't have a way to call him back.
But like, how did this all start? Like,
Guys, Aiden has had two phones. He's 8 years old. He had a little small Nokia phone, and now he has an iPhone 7. That I paid for. That Devon said he wanted to get in contact with him, and I said, "Hey, let's go half on the phone." Devon didn't go half on the phone, so I got both phones myself. And when Ada would call him every day, Devon wouldn't answer, or he'll call back a week later. And at the time, Ada was trying to do baseball, but he got injured in baseball, And I got the pictures to prove that. And I even try to keep Devon in the loop with him getting injured or surgeries. And Devon, he doesn't be consistent. He doesn't try to come down here for surgeries. His excuse is, oh, I'm always working. But no, it's really you just don't want to be a part. Your sisters make time to come to the hospital. Even the guy that was supposedly your dad, he had a stroke. And he even took the time to come up there to the hospital. So, Devon, you need to be consistent and tell the truth. You just don't want to make time. You make time when you feel like it, and that's not how life works, bro.
When I had them at a young age, I met her. We went to school together. But I
Correct.
never talked to her in school or nothing like that.
Lies, because I helped him with his work because he ain't no math.
Maybe a year or two after school, I ran into her.
Correct.
One night stand. Let's just be honest.
So we had, guys, we talking about this one night stand. We had a one night, the first one night stand was after a party in his little niece, his little silver neon car. The second time we had a one night stand um was in my apartment in the colonies, which he downplayed, and he's, oh, you living in the colonies. And guys, that was my actual first apartment on my own. And now remind you, this is right after high school. um we had a one night stand then too. Now I was in college talking to a girl named Shanice of 4 years. One night stand, Devon came over. He was living in something at somebody's house at the time, and they kicked him out. But and Devon came when he had his white Charger with a duffel bag, asking can he wash at my house. Now, if I'm a bitter baby mama, as y'all would call it, or we don't have no relationship, I wouldn't have let you inside my house. I don't care if you are the father of my child. I'm so bitter. I'm so angry. I wouldn't have let you in. But let's be real. We had a whole nother one night stand 4 days out of the week because he wanted the threesome with my girlfriend Shanice and I, and my girlfriend didn't like him, so we didn't do it. But we had sex. And then let's go on. His younger sister birthday, Alex, we went paintballing. And we had a one night stand at Alex. That's when Devon used to live in Alex's dad's little garage that Devon turned into a room. And Devon had a little white Honda. We had a one night stand then as well. One night stands is supposed to be one night, right, guys? Does it sound like a one night stand to you, or does it sound like a continual thing to me? I don't know. Y'all be the judge of that.
She gave me an ultimatum when she was pregnant. But first, she waited like 7 months before she.
I wasn't even 7 months pregnant. I was more like.
So
I was more like. I was more like 4 because at the time I wasn't showing. I had no stomach. I didn't even have the signs of being pregnant, and I just so happened to go to the doctor, and it was like, yeah, you're like 4 months pregnant, and I end up telling him, and he said it wasn't his, and then I also invited him to ultrasounds because I knew for a fact Aydin was his, but it wasn't his. He blamed it on his friend Jared at the time when we was in high school. I invited him to ultrasounds. I even, tried to have like a leeway, like, hey, do you want to ever come? He said no. So let's fast forward to when I was having Aydin. I didn't call him to the hospital. He just so happened to be at the hospital because they was pulling the plug on his grandmother. And guys, if this not his child or he's denying it, why be at the hospital with me every day? Why cry and say you wanted your first son name to be Devon Jr.? If this not your son, why be there every day? Why be in the room sitting with my mom trying to help me tie my robe and helping me to the bathroom and stuff? Why do that if this is not your child? Okay. I just had to ask that question.
that time I had to prepare 2-3 months for a baby. I was like 19, 20 at the time. And she gave me an ultimatum: either you give me a chance to be a family or you'll never see.
Never did because I had a girlfriend.
Like I've never seen them, but she's held stern to always give me
because he wouldn't be consistent.
I want to try to fix everything. Whether it's that put my family in a better house or help them fix the house they're living in, and you know, make sure my son is in the best situation, make sure my son's mom's in the best situation. Um, and that's just all I could do if they let me. Kyson's mom, no problems.
Okay, so the whole thing with Kyson's mom and Devon was in the actual relationship, as to where Devon and I was never in a relationship. It was just he was my cover up because I could never bring a female around my family at the time because my mother was a minister and my father was a deacon. And at the time I was still in the closet and Devon was the cover up for me bringing him around my family as my boyfriend. So it wasn't like he's sitting here saying, oh well, it was just a one night stand. He was cover up. He knew I was gay. And yeah, Devon, he's a liar. He used to beat Kyson's mom ass, which is why they have a really good relationship. And he ain't nobody gonna beat my ass, so whatever.
Aiden's mom, I don't even think she want my money. I don't think she want anything.
What only thing I want from him, and guys, once this video is over, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I've been wanting from him, which is him to spend time with his son. Um, and I have the messages. And I have the messages, guys. I always say it's not about the money because money is a materialistic thing, and if you guys can see with Devon, he's very materialistic. Um, and I'm the total opposite. I'm a money pincher. Like I find really great things for cheap. Not saying that I have to always find everything for cheap, but Devon is materialistic. He has to go big to make people like him. And that's where the Latoya thing come from. I don't know if they really are happy. Like I said in one of my comments before, Devon could be a great guy if he do the right thing by his kids. It's great that he's taking on the responsibility of her kids. Kudos to him. Hats off. I don't care. But give my son the same treatment. Give him that same energy. Like give him the same respect that you're giving Latoya's kids. And Aydin is the oldest. Out of all five of the kids together, Aydin will be the oldest. So no, it's not about the money. And I never really cared about Devon's money because even when before he got big and started doing his music, he didn't have money then. And I kept saying, spend time, spend time, spend time with him.
I think she just want to make my life a living hell, to be honest.
But you deserve to be in his life because you are his father and you do try to be, there for him. You call him, you try to check up on him, but it's like she gives you a hard time. So I just feel like at this point, it's up to her.
Latoya, please keep your comments to yourself because you just now getting into the picture, and this is 8 years of issues of back and forth of inconsistency from a father. Like, so please keep your comments to yourself. And as far as Devon putting my sister's address and house on camera, that was really rude, really disrespectful because you didn't have the consent, so you can really get sued for that. Just saying, and you recorded me without my knowledge, that can really hurt you in the long run, sir. And you want to put my son on camera just to say, oh, well, I got him. Have you been to any graduations? No, because you say you have work, but you make time for Kyson's graduation because his mom might still love you. Is that true? I don't know, but it's some type of love there. If y'all was in a relationship for 2 years, 2 to 3 years, it's something there.
I'm just looking for my son because you don't know how to answer the phone.
Guys, it's not that I don't know how to answer the phone. It's just I don't stop everything I'm doing because he wants to pop up or he wants to be a father that day. Like I have my own life. Um, I have my own engagements. I have my own stuff that I'm doing. Like I'm not just gonna drop everything I'm doing just because he decides, oh, on Friday he wants to be a dad. It doesn't work like that.
When was that? Okay, so where you at so I can come see him then? Oh, okay. So when can I see him?
As you guys can see,
When can I see him?
it's a game for Latoya and Devon, and what y'all hear in my voice is aggravation, frustration, because not only did um I get a phone call before that with some family issues, all of a sudden Devon pops up and it's this bull crap. So of course y'all hear the aggravation and the frustration in my voice to where I was over it and I was just like, I'm already out. I'm already doing the things that I need to do and I had stuff planned for my sons that day already. So I wasn't just going to stop what I was doing because Devon wants to pop up and be a father today.
My son. See? That's the type of game she wanna play.
So how do you feel right now?
That's just the usual. I ain't surprised. What I was.
Yeah, but she said she's busy. So
She not
is there
busy.
another time?
She not busy. She's not busy.
But is there another time?
Okay, so how can you tell me I'm not busy? Are you in my life 24/7? And I actually was out with some of the ladies from my church. That we was actually taking the boys on a play date. So yeah, I don't know what you want me to say about that. But you can say I'm not busy for your sake to make yourself feel better because you knew you was wrong for popping up and thinking that everything was gonna go your way when it doesn't revolve around you.
Not busy.
So you should have said, okay, what about tomorrow?
And I said, when can I see him again? She hung up. Did she not? Did you not hear me say that? When
So
can
like,
I see
what
him?
about Kyson's birthday tomorrow? Like, can you not?
He ain't gonna make it. He didn't never been to Kyson's birthday. He ain't gonna make it.
Okay, so guys, Aydin went to Kai's birthday twice. Once when Kai was little at his mom's house, and then and I have pictures to prove it. And then in 2019 when Kyson had a birthday party here, and that's funny. In 2019 when he took Aydin to Kyson's birthday party, we actually had sex at the house he popped up at. So one night stand, like, and I have a lady from my other church to prove that Aiden went to the birthday party because Aiden even got sick because he didn't know Aiden's allergies because he didn't think to ask me if Aiden had any allergies. And Aiden got sick and he had to go buy him some shorts and stuff. So Aiden has been to Kai's birthday party. And guys, even with that, when I found out Aiden had a brother, I asked Devon like, "Hey, let's meet, let's put them together." And Devon never wanted them to be together. Devon never wanted me to meet Kai's mom because when Devon and Kai's mom was in a relationship, I knew Aiden would be around her. And Devon always said, "What for? What do you need to meet her for? Like, y'all don't need to meet each other." And as a mom, I want to know who my son is around 24/7. I don't care if he is with Devon because Devon hasn't always made the best choices. I haven't always made the best choices, but when it comes to my kids, everybody know I will go to war with anybody, including his family, over my kids.
They never spent no holidays together. I've never seen my son on Christmas. I've never seen my son on Thanksgiving. I've never seen him on his birthday.
Okay, guys. So with these, Devon is a lie. He's seen him and he's had the option to see him, but Devon chose not to. Aiden, most holidays. I'm sorry, it's early, guys. Most holidays, me and Aiden and my son Noah will be with his family. Devon never takes the time to put his differences aside to come to any holidays. If we want to go back to the sister's house where they live at, they would tell you every holiday. And I even got pictures. Mostly every holiday, me and Aiden and my son Noah is with Devon's sister and mom, and they would buy Lauren all this gifts and stuff, even with us being over there, and they would buy Aiden toys. And that was always my issue. They was always treating Lauren, the little girl in the video y'all seen earlier, they would always treat her better than they did my son. And Lauren and Aiden is 7 months apart. 7 guys. So that was another issue I had. Like, don't treat my son any different than your other grandchild. And that's what they always did. So Devon, he's saying he never spent any holidays with him. That was his fault. Because I was always at Devon's family house. Christmas, Thanksgiving, if Aiden wasn't in the hospital.
Never.
Never.
So when the last time you saw him?
Christmas. The day before Christmas.
Guys, so Devon, this Christmas, Devon claimed he had so many gifts, so many presents for Aiden. And when we end up meeting, first of all, he told me to meet him Sand Hills. I'm meeting him at Sand Hills. Then he changes while I'm driving to Sand Hills, guys. He changes to say, hey, meet me here on 2 Notch. So when I meet him there on 2 Notch at the Foot Locker, he don't have no gifts wrapped or whatever, and he goes inside the store to buy him a pair of shoes. 1 pair of shoes now, guys. He's claiming he had so many gifts, but he buys him 1 pair of shoes, and Kyson was with them, guys, as well. Kyson and Aiden got the same pair of shoes, and then we go to the truck, and Devon tells Kyson, hey, Kyson, take off the shoes you have and give them to Aiden. And I was like, what? Kyson takes off the shoes and give them to Aiden and puts on some other shoes that he had in the car. And then Devon brings out some toys that he just bought before he met up. It wasn't in the bag. It wasn't wrapped. It was 3 toys, 1 pair of shoes that he bought, and the shoes that came off Kyson's feet. Aiden asked could he stay with Kyson, and Kyson wanted him to stay, and Devon said no because we got to go back out of town. So it's not like I didn't want him to go because I needed to break myself, okay? I wanted to break. So it's not like I wouldn't have let him went because Kyson was with him. So yeah, when he about to say, oh well, I wouldn't let him go, that's a lie. Devon said they had to go back out of town. He wasn't gonna be back in Columbia.
I was at Foot Locker on 2 Notch Road in Columbia, South Carolina, where we at right now. I told her to bring him so I can get him some shoes. She brought him in and said he can't stay with me.
I didn't bring him in. I took Aiden out the car, and I let Kyson, Aiden, and Devon go in Foot Locker. And my friend could tell you because my friend wrote with me to bring Aiden down there. I didn't get out the car. So I don't know if he talking about I brought him in there. It wasn't like I was chaperoning them or anything because I was letting them have their time. I sat in the car the day before Christmas Eve, when Devon came down here with gifts that he had, which he didn't have. He had just bought when he got here.
Okay, guys, so right now we're in Target shopping for Kyson's birthday party tomorrow, so you can have more gifts to open. I would show you guys, but Kyson is probably going to watch this video after we drop it. Yeah. Because he, like, always watches our content. Oh, gosh.
That's all I can say. It's bittersweet, but one day he will be old enough to do. We definitely tried the 2 places, and honestly, that is the routine. That's the.
Sorry, guys, I never watched it this far.
Tried the 2 places, and honestly,
he, like, always watches our content. Oh, gosh. What a day.
What a day, what a day.
Yeah, what a day.
So the journey to find Aiden didn't go too well.
Oh, wow, that conversation was quite intense.
Yeah, we'll play it for you guys. But we definitely tried the 2 places, and honestly, that is the routine. That's the same way it always is. It's always a struggle. So yeah, that's all I can say. It's bittersweet, but one day he will be old enough to deal with me on his own. I have to deal with those
situation like that, you guys should most definitely leave a comment below and let us know your experience. That's all she wanted was gum. I love gum and she never swallows it.
Okay, guys, I don't know if they said anything after that. Not really caring, but yeah. So I'm not really gonna go into too much details, guys, because um, as y'all can see, it's a lot of messages in here, and it speaks for itself. Um, so just a little bit, as y'all can see, if we don't have a relationship, we wouldn't take so much. He was like, call me. I said, what's up? He was like, how's Aydin? And he was like, what's going on? I can't reach him no more. And this is December 26, 2018. And I was like, he's good. He lost his phone. I've been trying to call for a week. How was school going? He was like, he went to Kaylin, and when he came back, he didn't have his phone. And I was like, school's going a lot better. When he started, he was like, that's good. Did you ask her about the phone to find it and look for it? And I was like, yeah, she did. She said she thought she put it in the bag, blah, blah. And Kaylin is the sister. And then he asked who's the carrier with. I said, Trace phone. And I think that's how you spell it. And now he was like, you going to keep him on that, or do you want to do something different? I said, not sure. He said, okay, well, let me know. We probably can work something out. And I was like, do you know who is good but not expensive? Because he's 5. Um, I'm asking him about the phone because again, I paid for the first phone myself, and he said we can work something out, but he never got back with me um on the phone or tried to go half. And the phone that he has now is an iPhone 7, which I paid for it myself. And he was like, then therefore he started talking about child support. He was like, you should be getting a letter in the mail on child support. I set it up where they can take it in my taxes. And I was like, and he was like, who is your phone with? And I was like, why would you do that when you have Kyson? And and I was like, I'm with Boost. And he was like, I just wanted to pay off what I owe on payments that I've missed. And honestly, maybe better for both of y'all to go to Sprint, making get a phone. Okay, so we just talking, and he was like, but Aydin is still main priority to me and always have been. And I was like, okay, yeah. And I know, and we talk about the payments. So guys, Devon has been on child support since Aydin was born, well, maybe a month after that. You heard yourself that Devon missed payments. He missed payments because he was trying to, quote unquote, teach me a lesson or whatever. Um, and then I was like, okay, that's cool. But he set it up as to where Ada was the oldest, and at that time, in 2018, he was still a baby. But guys, he was on child support only because I served him with papers for visitation. And at the time, guys, Devon was doing some things and had guns in his car without having his CWP. And I just didn't feel safe. Fast forward, as Eddie got older, he was missing payments, and he was like, he was struggling financially, and that's when he first moved to Atlanta. Guys, and I took him off child support because he asked me to take him off child support, and he said that would help him, and that Ada would benefit more, and so would Kyson if me and Kyson's mom took him off child support. I can't speak for her, but I know me. I was like, okay, if he could spend more time with Aiden and not have to work so much because he's off child support, let me do that. So as time goes on, guys, we're just talking about the child support and taking him off and whatever like that. And he was asking what Ada was doing. I was like watching a movie. He made a song for Aiden. Hold on. I thought this was the one where Aiden left him a voicemail because he didn't answer the phone and he had Aiden's voice on it. But um, um, guys, it's just been a consistent back. If y'all hear somebody breathing in the background, that's my fiance, guys. He's tired because I got him up holding the camera because I'm trying to make this video and show y'all the messages um between us. Guys, see, as y'all can see, I sent pictures and everything. And guys, if we had more nice things, not trying to, be messy, but I just don't like the fact how Devon tried to make it seem like I'm just always angry. But guys, he caught me at a bad time. I have my own family issues going on. And then you call me right after that. So what do you expect? I'm not going to stop my life or what I have going on with my sons just to make Devon feel better or to make him look like he's the good guy. I've always supported Devon. Um, we even had sex a couple times after, Ada was born. So guys, I'm not bitter. I never wanted a relationship with Devon. When I got pregnant, I talked about abortion. He wanted for somebody who was denying Aiden when I was pregnant. He wanted me to keep it. So guys, it's a whole bunch of back and forth. But at the end of the day, I always supported him. Like when he sent his music, I always said keep going with your music, and I said, oh, I liked it. You did a good job. And guys, here's some messages when Devon wanted to have a threesome. Now these are the I'm sorry, I'm not gonna really show their face like that, but the girls in these pictures were some of the girls I was talking to back then. Devon wanted to have a threesome. Now if I'm bitter or whatever like that, you wouldn't want to have threesomes with somebody you can't stand. Okay. Um so all I'm saying is guys, don't let him fool you. Don't let him play you because once again, I sent pictures. And this particular picture was August 3rd. I mean, not August. April 13th, 2019, which is Kyson's birthday weekend. He wanted to come get Aiden. I ended up getting him dressed. Now, guys, this is the outfit Aiden went in. It's a Adidas outfit. And Aiden came back in some shorts and a shirt because he went to Kyson's birthday party and had an allergic reaction because Devon didn't tell me he was going to Kyson's birthday party, but he didn't ask for the allergies. And once again, I had to take care of Aiden. He dropped him off, and that was that. Um, so guys, let's don't let him fool you. We haven't always been toxic. We do have conversations. I do send pictures of Aiden. He just don't post them. He don't talk about him. So guys, let's not. And if I was bitter or we didn't have a great relationship, why May 12th, 2019? Happy Mother's Day. Thanks for being a great mom to my son. That was sent by Devon. So apparently we had a good relationship and he thought I was doing a really good job. So guys, be the judge um of this. Don't let him fool you. I'm not gonna keep getting on YouTube, to prove a point. This is Aiden's graduation that he couldn't make it to because he put work first, but made it to Kyson's graduation. So guys, I send pictures, I do things, and we had court involved. He had supervised visitations that he didn't want to pay for. They was $300. Devon didn't want to pay for them, so our caseworker Miss Cook was like, "Well, since he's not doing the visitations and he's not paying for them, you might as well take him off." He was on child support. Devon asked me to take him off child support because it would be better. He could do more for the boys. So I did that, praying that he will actually do it. Like we can get families involved, we can get other people involved with their consent, unlike them, because I really am thinking about suing them for putting my conversation, you know, on there without my consent. I don't like stuff like that. Um, guys, I just don't like the back and forth. I want what's best for my son, and right now my son is about to be 8. Devon had opportunities after opportunities and ample chances to be in my son's life, and now he's choosing himself to not want to be involved in him because Devon is inconsistent. Aiden's had surgeries. He was in the hospital for Thanksgiving and Christmas 2 years in a row. And not once did Devon think to stop and come up there. In 1 year, which was 2016, he had adenoids and tonsil surgery, but it went wrong. He actually was on the 6th floor, which is the PICU, and that's life or death. And I called Devon. He was like, "Oh, he'll be okay. He gonna make it." And I'm telling him like, "No, the doctors are saying, you need to get up here because when they took the tubes out, Aiden wasn't breathing on his own and he lost too much blood." It took for the guy that was supposedly Devon's dad. His dad had a stroke and still came up to the hospital to see Aydin because it was just that serious in 2016. Devon came up there, showed his ass, stormed out. So guys, it's been a continual thing with Devon, trying to blame everybody else. He even blamed his mom for me getting pregnant, like his mom was there when I got pregnant. I don't know, guys. So you can continue to say I'm bitter or whatever, and I'm not even gonna go into all of that because at the end of the day, that's you guys' opinion. I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired. That's you guys' opinion, and you can feel however you want to feel about me, but I have numerous, and I do mean numerous. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Text messages between Devon and I, so it was never always, bad. Yes, we had our moments to where we both was being immature, and we both didn't know what we was doing as parents, but I'm gonna do what's best for my son at the end of the day. And if I'm busy and Devon decides to pop up out of nowhere, I'm not gonna stop my life just to make him happy or to make you two people happy. Cause at the end of the day, I don't do this YouTube stuff, and my life goes on like I'm living real life stuff. I have real life situations going on, real life family issues going on. Devon don't have a relationship with his mom because he feel like he could do what he wants, say what he want. He don't have a relationship with his other two sisters because Devon thinks when somebody is disrespectful, he can put his hands on them, and they've come to me about it, and I've told them to try to talk it out, work it out, and I've got conversations recorded between me and Devon from me telling him to work it out with his sisters. But the sister you seen in the video, she's talking to him because them two they feel like money changes things, so they don't have to apologize. He just sends them money and they're back on good terms. And I'm not like that. I'm respectful. Unless you disrespect me, then you get the disrespectful side of me. I try to be peaceful to everybody because I'm a people person. But when it comes to my kids and the toxicness, I'm just not gonna deal with it. So yes, guys, he hasn't seen his son, but that's on him. But at the same time, I chose to let my son have that option of if he wants to, deal with the inconsistency, the in and out of his life. So that's that, and I pray you guys be blessed or get the answers you need from this video.